Morning all, well this is it, the final day of our grand tour. We're Kildare bound today. It's about 400 kilometres from where we are here in Cork. Another great night last night. Lots of crack, lots of fun. My God, my sides are aching. Not from all the motorcycling, but from laughing. What a trip it's been so far. Getting a lovely send off there by the manager of the hotel. Lovely fella he was. And of course we have our Garda escort, our VIP treatment for the final day here on the JIGSAW Grand Tour. Can't believe it's coming to an end today. It has been the most incredible 3 days. So many laughs. And here we are, this is the JIGSAW hub in Cork City. Very good. Right, photograph time now. Modelling time. Oh yeah. Morning, how are you? Good, good.
Hey! Super!
How do you do that so early in the morning, Ken?
There's two garages either way.
Right before you get onto the motorway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could we stop in one of those? If you guys want to head off when you get us to the garage, then it's fine.
Yeah.
You know? Would that be okay?
That's up to you.
We'll pick one up on the motorway.
Well,
yeah,
Connor.
They want to get petrol.
Right. We go down the Lower Glanmire Road altogether.
Yeah, and with the last garage there.
There's a garage and there's a Maxall and there's a Circle K, whichever you want.
Yeah. And then
the nearest.
That garage and you.
Jeepers, boys. Hold on. Anyone would think we're in a rush. Great sight all the same, isn't it? But the most important stop for the minute is fuel. And again, the fuel gauge on my bike, I know when it tells me 50 kilometers, I think it actually means about 20. The other thing this trip is creating for me anyway is just great memories. Great bunch of guys. And again, I can't help but think about the parallels. This really is hitting a nerve, you know, whilst we're having such a great time. We're doing this to try and give the younger generation here in Ireland a great time as well. Those whose lives might have just fallen off track a little bit. That's what this charity is all about, to try and get people back on track. Some more really interesting conversations in the hotel bar last night with the lads, and obviously personal stories, so I shall park that there. Look at the flowers there. Gorgeous. And that's just the bus station. Thank you, guard. Right, bud? 110. I'll miss these boys. Nice touch, thanks lads. Trying to get some airflow through my jacket. That's my excuse anyway. Just waiting for Pathfinder to come up front and lead the way. There's Tony, relaxing on his old BM. Just approaching Thurles. That was a great spin up the motorway. Blow the cobwebs out. I just saw the Garda car there. I was thinking, oh wow, we're getting a VIP escort through Thurles as well. I could get well used to that. Now that top box on the bike in front of me looks like one of those cat carriers, doesn't it? Do you agree? Who is it? Oh, it's Tom on his Triumph. It does, it looks like a cat carrier. Maybe he's brought his pet cat along for the journey. How am I doing on fuel? Oh, very good. That might actually get me back home. This is very futuristic, isn't it? I just caught a glimpse of the reflection of all the bikes in the windows there. Looks good. And there's the sign for JIGSAW. So this is JIGSAW Thurles, so is it JIGSAW Tipperary? Either or. Donald's bike does sound bloody gorgeous. The Yamaha there. Donald! What model is your bike again?
FZ1.
FZ1. It sounds incredible.
Oh,
How's that feel, Ken?
do you know what, Dave? That's fantastic. There's one thing when you're on a trip, and I said it to you before, everything in moderation except hydration. So when you've had a few beers the night before, you're dehydrated in the morning. So genuinely, that's what you need to do, because if your hydration drops, your carbs drop, your motivation drops, and your focus, you know, so you have to keep an eye on your own mental health.
I shall try it.
Try it.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah.
So this is specially made Tipperary water. See? Wake you up.
So we've only got one more Jigsaw hub stop up in Tullamore, about an hour and 15 from here, and then onto the motorbike shop, which is holding a barbecue and a big warm welcome for us as well. I believe there's a few media outlets meeting us as well, wanting to talk about the trip. So all publicity is good publicity. Shades on. Now where's the Garda Outriders? Oops, they're not here. Little backfire there. I hope it was the bike, not me. The girls were great there. They got croissants and tea and coffee and everything in for us on a Saturday morning as well. Brilliant stuff. I'm going to let everybody else go first. Otherwise I'll just be filming the open road in front of me on the camera. Wouldn't be great when I'm documenting the journey. Dun, dun. You can have a proper look at the bikes here as well. Let's slow down on my takeoff. Woohoo! Good on you lads. They've pulled in to wait for us. You okay, Tony?
Yeah, we get you.
Wanna go?
Are you out?
First garage then, lads.
Where's there?
Will you make it to the garage?
Ah, will you? Hopefully.
First garage, okay?
Okay.
Damien got held up back there, but his sat-nav took him to the left. I think Ken and Damien were stopped by traffic up there, but I know Damien's using Google Maps, which wanted me to go left at that roundabout, so he's probably gone left. We'll hook up with them en route, I'd say. We'll hook up with them en route. Yeah. Oh God, I panicked there when I saw Tony had stopped and the lads were looking at his bike. Don't need anything like that to happen. In fact, I shouldn't even say this, but I will. The only eventuality we've had was the puncture on Damien's bike on day one. There's the cat carrier again. I do this, I when I'm riding around. I think it's because I get bored or something. But I sort of pick nicknames for people. If you remember, I started calling ourselves the Magnificent Seven. But the numbers seem to have changed so much over the last few days. I'm not sure I can hold on to that title anymore. But we'll call Tom now the cat carrier. And then, of course, we're being led by Pathfinder. I hope when the lads are watching these videos, they don't take offence. It's all in jest, lads. It's all a bit of crack. Where are we? This is the town that singer lady is from, Unahili. She was in the Saturdays. She's from here. Many years ago there was a fashion program on RTE television called Off the Rails. I was the cameraman on that for 8 years, I think. 14 series I shot of that. You'd think I would know a thing or two about fashion, wouldn't you? Unfortunately not. But we did a piece with Una Healy down here. I think she was getting a makeover or something. I can't remember. Oh no, it was one of those segments, what's in her wardrobe, that sort of stuff. Alright lads, let's go. I remember one day when I was in the midst of working on that show, I was sat with my wife and kids having lunch out one weekend, and the place we were having the lunch, a wedding party came in, and I was able to tell my wife exactly which dress each woman was wearing, had bought them from, and their accessories as well. I knew the price of them. I knew what shop they'd bought everything from. My wife just looked at me and said, "Dave, you need to get a proper job." My wife always did very well for birthdays and Christmas presents anyway, because I knew what was in and I knew what was out. Wow, what a building. Thurles Cathedral. I'd say that was an old dance hall at some stage. Oh, it is, isn't it? No, it was a hotel, the Munster Hotel. Together. We've just met our Garda escort to take us through the town into our next stop, and we have to have a little look at this dog. Oh wow, what a beautiful dog. You're very happy, aren't you? And look at that, that's hilarious. He's got his cans of dog food next to him. Brilliant. What's his name? Teddy. What type of dog is he? Oh yes, a Newfoundland. He's beautiful. He likes the Jeep. Look, I think it's a grizzly. I think it's a grizzly. Put it into gear, Dave. You might move forward. And we're off. Here is the Jigsaw hub. There's the dog again in the back of the Jeep. How cool is that? Perfect. I think that was our best synchronization yet. We're getting good at this. Oh, I've just realised that Africa Twins rejoined us. Where did he come from? Oh, maybe it's when we stopped for the Garda escort. Nice guy. He was with us for a short while on the first day, all those months ago. Feels like it. Ken is holding the traffic up for us there, but jeebus. Oops. Don't forget them. Bye, doggy. Thank you very much, folks. I think it'll take weeks to wipe the smile off my face after this grand tour. So I think we're going well, I know we're going to Terence Healy Motorcycles next. I think there's a barbecue happening there or something as well. So we're coming to the end of the grand tour, and just before we get to the final stop or two, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of the boys. I was so honoured and delighted to be here. I mean, Damien Sheridan is just a one-man machine when it comes to organising and fundraising. And I think, well, Damien was just telling me before, still counting of course, but the fund for Jigsaw is currently at 26,000 roughly, and it's still growing. Isn't that just amazing for the last 3 days riding around the country? And thanks to all the lads individually as well. I've really enjoyed all of that company. We've had some crack. The crack was 90, as they say. And there is the motorbike shop. I've actually been here before. I gather it's an opening day for their new store as well, so it's all fitting together perfectly here. And there's our ground support crew. There's Mark and Damien. That's Donal. Oh, I can smell the barbecue. So that is alive and kicking. And now I'm joined by the man himself, Terence Healy. Congratulations, Terence. And this looks, well, it is a magnificent looking showroom.
Thanks very much, really appreciate it.
Tell me about today.
Today it's been fantastic, absolutely fantastic turnout. Thankfully, we're Irish, so we'll always talk about the weather, won't we? You know, so it was rainy this morning, we were nervous, and then look, the sun's out now, look, that's all you want. Sunny days and go for spins on bikes, that's all you want, isn't it? You know.
What seems to be the bike of 23, in your opinion?
My God, that's a 6 marker now, you know, that really is. I honestly couldn't say. We've no more adventure bikes left. We sold them all today and during the week. We've no more. When I say sold them all, we would have had 12 in stock.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
So sports bikes did die off with no, I suppose, with no road racing down south.
Yes.
We were nervous stocking them, thinking that, you know, okay, they're going to take a hit, and they actually didn't. They bounced back.
Yeah.
And then you've your typical, you know, IBT training bikes, you know, or your learning legal bikes. They're very popular, you know, guys getting back into it, or you know, wanting to do the full tests and stuff like that, you know. So look, I always say, do you go Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki? You could go Yamaha, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki. Look, it's in my opinion, they are probably, you know, the be all and all when it comes down to value for money and reliability.
I think Terence should be a politician, because he answered that so eloquently without actually giving me an answer. That was amazing, Terence.
How did I do that?
All right, I'm going to leave that there because I can smell the barbecue again. So, yeah, I know where my priorities are. Thanks a million, Terence.
Listen, thanks very much. Thanks very much for coming, and it's been great to see you all come in.
And thanks so much for the hospitality and the warm welcome.
No problem.
All the best. Thanks,
Look
buddy.
after yourselves.
So, Mark, we're nearing the end. I think this is a penultimate stop, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is
So
indeed,
we've
yes.
just arrived at Terence Healy Motorcycles. How's it been for you over the last few days?
Absolutely fantastic. The camaraderie, the banter, the people we met, places we went, and the reception we got off the public was absolutely outstanding.
Do you have any sort of favourite moments? I think for me personally, like every moment has just been, jaw-dropping, especially all the Garda escorts in and out of most towns as well. What about you?
I'd say the Garda escorts was the best. It was just fantastic. It was going through the traffic like celebrities, felt like the President of America. It was very good, it was very good.
Yeah.
But the memories that'll last forever. And the best part I thought was, because we'd done it and we were having the crackdown and a great adventure for us, that we were actually helping the youth of the country as well. So our future leaders will be, hopefully, the mental health will be a little bit better with the help of us going forward.
Like for me, biking is my therapy. We'll just watch yourself there now. You're about to get run over by our final Garda escort. Thanks, God. All the best. Now, somebody else I haven't seen much of, apart from the hotel bar both nights, but on the road, these two guys joining me now, Mark and Damien, they're very much the unsung heroes.
Well, basically, we have had the spare bike on board. We've had everything on board just as a contingency in case something goes wrong. Now, we've been absolutely blessed with these few days. We had one puncture, and considering the amount of miles that we've done, excellent. But the famous saying is, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
A bit like our clothing.
So it is, and to be fair, the lads are so experienced and they can take whatever comes at them. But it was common sense just to have that little bit of a backup, and we were delighted to fill that slot.
Now, I've only just found out that they had a spare bike on board. I didn't know that. You're going to tease me now. What kind of bike was it, Mark?
A Transalp, I believe, if I pronounce that correctly. I know nothing about bikes.
Not the new one by any chance.
I believe in it's a 600, but a Transalp, yeah. But I was ready to go and well strapped in. So the plan was to swap it out if it was needed. But for me, it was great. And thanks to Jamie here, he listened to me rabbiting on for 3 days. But I shut up for a little while at one point. But no, it was good. We had 3 days together. And look, we saw a bit of the country, saw a bit of the world. And for me, I think the highlight was I'd never been part of the bike culture before. And to see the general public supporting it and other bikers coming along and getting involved, for me was a new experience to see the culture itself and how everything comes together and how supportive they were of each other and of JIGSAW as well. So,
are you going to be buying a bike after this?
Maybe a push bike, but we'll see next year. And Donald trying to distract me in the background like ours. So I'm not taking the bait.
Lads, thanks so much for your help and your support.
And
I know I say that on behalf of the lads who were actually riding the bikes as well. To know that you two were there, following our every sort of kilometre on the route, it was invaluable. Thanks a million.
Delighted to be part of it.
Thanks, everyone. What a beautiful showroom. Right, final stop now. Men's shed for bikers. And another barbecue, I believe. I'm going to have to go on a keto diet or something after I've done this trip. It's all been burgers and, biker food. I always call it biker food when you're on the road. Proper food. Oh, quick fuel stop. Not a bad idea, because after this last stop I have another 2 hours ride home. So, yeah, good call. It's just been the most incredible 3 days, and I know I've said it a couple of times, but I've said it again. If what we have done over the last 3 days, the miles we've covered, the jigsaw hubs that we've covered, if it goes to put one person's life back on track, give them the building blocks, so to speak, then all of this is worthwhile. Of course, the biggest thank you has to go to all of you who've donated on all of our separate fundraising pages. It's just the generosity. I'm getting emotional now. Hold it together, Dave. Jeepers. Your generosity's just been something else. Sorry, I'm really tired and emotional now.
There was a tear coming down my eye as we were approaching Sheffield Bikers. There's millions of best moments, but I think the most memorable one was the escort in Dublin City.
Yeah.
Was like you could never get to experience that.
Yeah.
The other stuff we can all do, but that was just so special, unbelievable.
I've often thought, as I've been riding around over the last 3 days, what we're creating here is, I mean, apart from the incredible cause,
absolutely,
Jigsaw, but personally, I think we're creating memories as well for life.
Unbelievable memories, and the crew were fantastic. Everybody was fantastic, and I have to say, I was apprehensive about riding in a group of 7 guys.
Yes.
But the way they did it, Darryl leading the way, Damien on doing rear gunner with the communication, and everybody looked after each other on the road. Faultless riding, absolutely, and so trustworthiness towards each other.
I thought it was poetry in motion.
It was absolutely poetry in motion. Yeah. It was like we were professionals.
Yeah. Imagine that. Well, we haven't been found out yet.
No. See us in the hinterland somewhere.
Thanks a million, Tony. We made it.
We did indeed. Like, came at a price now. the back is broken, the arse is numb. We got caught in 1 or 2 small little showers, didn't affect us at all. The hotels weren't bad, and everybody got there and back in one piece. We got loads of promotional stuff out there about JIGSAW and everything we were doing, and the whole youth mental health aspect. And I reckon by the time we finished, we'd be up to about €40,000.
My God.
Which is phenomenal for a couple of middle-aged men
It's
having fun going around the country.
It's unbelievable, you know. Do you have any favourite moments?
I always love the second day, like going from Letterkenny to Sligo. The roads are beautiful, they're twisty, they're windy. You're coming around then by Benbulben, and the views are just fantastic. Like, but listen, the crack in the evening times was 90. We all had a good bit of banter. Everybody got on well. You know, we were all buzzing together. There was no issues. There was nothing to worry about. You know, everybody just went with their flow, and as I said, you just couldn't have. You can't put a price on that. Like, it's just classic. Everything was great. So I'm really delighted.
I know personally. Now, I am a man of puns, but I've got to save this one until the last. And this is it. Are you ready for this now? I feel as though we've just completed the Jigsaw.
Done and dusted.
Good man, Damien.
Yeah, that's it. Listen, thanks so much, Dave. It's been a pleasure having you on board.
Absolutely honoured to be here.
And I know yourself, you had to reschedule your work and all to be here, and I picked up the phone. The brother spotted you. I picked up the phone and said, I want him. And it's just been one of them things, I always get what I want.
Gushing. Okay, embarrassed, time to go home. But before I do, I have one last treat to share with you, and it's a special one. Many of you who have followed my channel over the last 3 years since I created it may have heard me talking about my first ever subscriber called Trevor Harrington. He's based in Scotland and we have become friends and recently enjoyed a 3-day tour together when he came to Ireland just to hook up with me. Videos coming soon, of course. Well, he wrote this poem for Jigsaw and indeed our trip, and I just couldn't let our tour finish without reading it. So here goes. The Jigsaw Club, it's here for all. Come winter, spring, summer, fall. As nature's seasons come and go, our meetings any day will show. Biking, singing, a beer or tea, the crack and camaraderie help me. Remembering I'm not alone today, friends are just a call away. The mind's a funny thing, you know. Some days are fast, some days are slow. The noise, the buzzing, it can be loud. Ask for help, don't be proud. Those who endure that dark despair, with Jigsaw's help you can repair the deepest reaches of your mind, that gentle exit to unwind. It doesn't always work at once, and don't be putting on a front. You're fooling no one, even you. Be kind, be patient, and be true. There are others worse than you and me. Extend your hand and help them see. Talking, sharing, helps unwind those dark, deep mysteries of our mind. Jigsaw's here to help unwind those secret ravages of your mind. So when in need, just make that call. Jigsaw's there to help us all. Thank you, Trevor.
And that's it, folks. What an emotional roller coaster that was. I'm still welling up, thinking of some of the memories, some of the experiences, some of the laughs we've had over the last few days. It was just incredible. I think if you've watched the videos, then I'm sure you'll agree. It was just, memories for life. Certainly for the riders. It was just. I can't say any more. Thanks once again for tuning in. I really appreciate it as always. Dave Perry for the last time on this grand tour for Wheelie Good TV.